Welcome back, my internet train friends. I gotta tell you, it has been quite some time since I've done a video, and I need to get to the train room because I'm not gonna be able to do much of a video from this location. All right, this is a little bit better. Back in the train room, it's so great to be back in here and doing a video this week. And I was thinking about what should I do this week? I really was having a lot of trouble thinking about what engines to run, so I decided that we're gonna run something from every era in Lionel's history. Starting with pre-war, then post-war, MPC, the LTI Richard Kuhn 90s era, and then we'll wrap it up with one of my latest engines. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So happy to be back, and thanks for watching. One of the most fun things that I enjoy when it comes to running trains is celebrating all of the different eras and running different trains from different eras together. I'm a bit of an eclectic operator, runner, collector, if you will. I don't really pick just one type of train, one type of road name, or one era. I am fascinated with all of them. You know, I feel like as of late, we see less and less pre-war. And it could be because the pieces are harder to find. It could be because most folks seem to be collecting more in the post-war MPC eras. But it is such an important era, and it really deserves to be celebrated. And when you think about pre-war, there's a number of different sets that come to mind. And the number one set are these template sets that look like this. Now, if you collect pre-war, you're probably freaking out because I'm not holding a true pre-war template piece. This is manufactured by MTH just a few years ago as part of their Lionel Corporation template license agreement. So while it is not a true pre-war piece from the 1930s, it is a pretty darn good replica, but what a cool engine. So we're gonna run this one tonight. And in case you're not happy that I am running a MTH remake, I do own a true pre-war piece from 1938. One of the most fun engines I own, and this is a Hudson 763E semi-scale. This does run, I did a video on this a few months ago, back when my channel was pretty new, so feel free to check it out there, and I'll run it again one of these days. I didn't take much of an interest in template or pre-war until just 2 to 3 years ago, and I really started to become fascinated with it when I was really getting into the history of Lionel. And when you think about all of the modern scale stuff, which often distracts me. I love the bells and whistles, and I love the scale proportions and the sounds. But there is just this wonderful nostalgia about these original sets and the bright enamel paint. And, you know, when you look at like the original sets, like the Blue Comet or some of the standard scale stuff, and I know a lot of folks on the channel, you probably have this in your own home. Those sets fascinate me. They are such an important part of this hobby. It is because of those template origins that we're here today. Moving on to the post-war era, I decided to run this New York Central F3. I have the set, the ABA set, and I love these F3s. The growling dual motors, the pulling power, and I've already run my Santa Fe, I've run the Texas Special, and I'm on the hunt for more F3s, so I'll be adding those as we go. But I haven't run my New York Central, so we're gonna run this one tonight, because it is one of my favorite post-war engines. Post-war continues to be one of the most popular eras of Lionel collecting. You know, if you go to York, there's tons of post-war. There's so many iconic sets that were made during that time. These engines require far less maintenance than just about anything else. And they're super easy to fix. I mean, even I can fix them myself. I know a lot of you that watch this channel grew up in the post-war era, and I envy you for that. I would have loved to have been a kid and on my birthday or at Christmas or any time, you know, receiving one of these. My jaw would have hit the floor. I mean, it does today with all the trains that I have here. But to be a child of the golden era of Lionel would have been something else. With regard to MPC, I was kind of torn because we recently picked up the Santa Fe piece. And I will run this one eventually. This is another cool piece that we just added. But because of the 611's return to Strasbourg, and I know I just did a 611 video just a few videos ago, but I had to go ahead and pick the MPC 611. I love this engine, and I love the matching aluminum passenger car set. You know, when I compare it to other passenger car sets from the MPC era, these really stand out. So I wanted to run them again on the channel and just to celebrate the 611 coming back. I'm really excited to see it this year. I'm going to be up there this summer checking it out. One of the engines I haven't run at all is an engine from that late 80s to the mid 90s, which is the Richard Kuhn era of Lionel. And I'm really excited about this Pennsylvania switcher. It's also one of the smallest steam engines in my fleet. So we're going to run this one tonight. I'm going to pull a couple of post-war cars with it. I got some really exciting new additions in the post-war fleet, as you can see right here with this Alaska car, which is probably my favorite post-war box car. And then we have a couple of other box cars from the 64 line. Lionel released the switcher in 1989, and it features the same tooling as its pre-war counterpart. In fact, it's even numbered 8977. The pre-war version was numbered 8976. It really was one of the featured engines in the 1989 catalog, and I'm really excited to have it for this video. Maybe one day I'll locate the pre-war version, but they're really hard to find and they do cost a pretty penny. Getting up to the modern era, I had to run one of the new Vision GS's, and it's the GS5. I ran this shortly in my Vision Line run session, but we'll do a little bit of showcasing of this engine tonight. I really wanted to focus mostly on the cylinder steam effects, because when we're looking at the different eras of technology, I love seeing these new features that Lionel puts into the engines. There's still a ways to go with these models. The sky is the limit when you think about where we can take these. But I love all of the innovations and the little things that Lionel does with each one of these sets. Something to celebrate, something we're going to look at tonight. One of my favorite things about running eras from the past is the conventional control. You know, it makes me feel like Gomez from the Addams Family, just like, dead man's curve. But we're not going to do that tonight. I don't really feel like crashing any trains tonight because that would be bad. Maybe we'll simulate some of that in the future. Let's get a little smoke in the J class here. Oh yeah. That's always great because I love how these MPC, this J class in particular, it has the smoke that comes out of the stack, but also out of the cylinders. So it makes that cool puffing effect. And because I am feeling a classic engineer, let's put my hat on, kick on my power here. So let's get them rolling. I'm going to go ahead and start the template engine that's behind me. This one here, it simply runs with the remote. And to make it more authentic, I'm not going to run the sounds on it. So we'll just fire it up. So it's moving. Perfect. You get the authentic looking template with that slow, creepy crawling, modern speed control. And the MPC will go next. Gotta love that. Just love that. Goodbye. And the growler itself, the F3. Oh yeah, pull it. You can do it. As always, a huge thank you to all of my subscribers and everyone who stopped by to watch this video. I love running these trains and doing these videos, and can't wait to see you all again on the next one. I hope you have a great weekend. My name is Chris, and this is RVP Trains. Take care.